Hello, this is Grill Ken. Grill Ken, I'm gonna show you a bear takedown bow. This here is a bear takedown bow. This is gonna be a C model riser. I bought this maybe about, I don't know, maybe about 25 years ago. Um, the C riser is going to be the longest riser that bear produce for the takedown. There's A's, B's, and C's. A the smallest, B the medium, and C is the largest. The A riser should be 15, the B should be 19 inches, and the C should be 24 inches. These risers were designed primarily A for hunting, B for general purpose, and C was supposed to be tournament. That's not Olympic tournament, but I guess for competitive shooting. Um, all the bear takedown bows have the classic patent toolless uh, clamp or latch holding mechanism. This bow also has the screw-in insert for the stabilizer. You can also put sights on this bow. I typically shoot off the shelf or shoot off, in this bow I'm shooting off the tab. Um, I've hunted with this bow, but when I first got this bow had number 3 limbs on it. Number 3 limbs are excessively long. Um, when I mean long, it's like about 70 inches with a number. Sorry, with a number. Yeah, number 3. They're about like 70 inches in length. The problem with that, with these long limbs, if you're hunting from the ground or even in a blind, you have a tendency of hitting something because the bow is so damn long. Especially like you're kneeling from the ground. One of the biggest deers I ever missed in my life was because the top of the limb struck a tree branch or a palm frond, technically, when I had released the arrow. The arrow went every which way. The animal, of course, ran off. It's like a 12-point buck in Florida. Uh, on the limbs are also in a 1, 2, 3 fashion, one being the shortest, 2 being the next longest, and 3 the longest. These limbs here, this first one, the green colored one, this is the number 1 limb. These are going to be 57 pounds on an A riser, 55 on a B. They don't have the marking on the C, and that's probably because they're running out of space here. Plus, the C riser is not that common. But if I had to guess, this bow with this limb will be about 50 pounds, maybe 52, because I have a 29-inch draw at full draw. This number 3 limb, these here, I do believe, are 36 pounds or 37 pounds. It comes out to like 37 on this bow at 29 inches. Way too light for me for hunting deer, but squirrels, rabbits, I've shot or tried to take a bobcat one time, missed. But these limbs would be great for smaller animals. This this bag here is the bear case, I guess you want to call it, that you can put the limbs in. When I bought this bow, uh, I also got stabilizers. I have another stabilizer in the house, but you can strap on the stabilizer if you want to shoot. I do have a bow brace height T measurement stick. I use dampeners on my strings. It's just out of a habit. I'm always putting some type of silencer on the strings, and always, always use a stringer. Don't try to string up a recurve bow without having a stringer. It's just asking for problems. Lately, because I got off shooting compounds, or as I call it, training wheels, um, I don't hunt with carbon shafts anymore because I had a lot of problems with carbon shafts breaking, especially if you miss the animal. And I wasn't really getting the penetration that I needed, and it might be because of the draw weight. But the heavier arrows, excuse me, that were Easton shafts with a lot of weight forward of center, had the best performance. So all my recurves, I pretty much use aluminum shafts. So the old bow, excuse me, the old arrow shafts are carbon. What I typically do is I have these things cut at my brace height, and I kind of just put the measurement here. I don't know if you can see that, 7 inches. And I just use that to do my brace height check. I think on this bow here, I'm actually using a different brace height on this particular bow. I think I'm shooting at a 7.5 inch brace. Typically, make sure I'm saying this correctly. If the bow is longer, you can go with a shorter brace height. If it's shorter, you need a longer brace height. Um, you basically they'll give you recommendations 7 to 8 inches, somewhere in that range will be your sweet spot. What I mean by that, least amount of noise, smoother arrow release, and just a bit bow feels better. This bow, believe it or not, is one of the smoothest bows I've ever shot. That are recurves. The hand shock on this is almost nothing. I mean, when you release this arrow on this thing, it's quiet. The bow is heavy because you have a lot more riser material in the middle. It's a heavy bow, but the shock in your hand is pretty much non-existing. So again, this is a bear takedown. This is the classic or the rare C handle. It's going to be very hard to find these. They did offer these handles in what they call mag handles, which are really aluminum. They offer them in A and B. Somebody told me that they had a C aluminum riser, but I have not seen one. I really don't think they exist. This bow, when I had did my research on it and I had contact Bear many years ago, they're claiming it was made in 1973. Somebody said it was 1969, but I think 69 is when they actually came out, when they started producing these. But this bow, this handle per se, riser, was actually produced in 1973. And there goes our Bear medallion. It's a sweet bow. I probably never will get rid of it. But this year I'm trying to take advantage like I did in Florida. I live in Texas now, and we have a archery season. And in our archery season, we can take does. So this year I'm gonna try to fill some doe tags and see if I can have some does on this one trail to come by. I'll see if I can get like a good 10, 15, maybe 17-yard shot and try to collect me a little doe. But this is a bear takedown. Creole Ken. And one last thing here. On these bows, the limbs are indexed. So it's impossible for you to put the wrong limb up or down or upper or lower, how you want to call it. So you see here, there's a little deal. In the bow itself, if you look at the latch, there is a corresponding tab. You can see the little tab there. And there's a little slot or the groove that has to match the appropriate hole here. Some of the new limbs I've noticed, they have it marked L, I guess for lower, U for upper, but it's impossible to install these limbs incorrectly. It's just almost impossible. This toolless system, actually I'm gonna do a video here next of the Keith Hatfield, or the Martin Hatfield, excuse me. This is one of the best systems as far as takedowns.